Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today. Click on the store locator and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are cold for energy. Send it. Incoming. Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, Bro. Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. Monday morning recap. Lots to drink this weekend. Brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposits all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today. MyBookie.com. The amount of rate backs I got this week were record-breaking after that Ohio State loss. Jesus Christ. Top of the show real quick, though. We do have our location and date and time nailed down for the Christmas show. Drinkin' Bros Christmas Extravaganza will be happening in Bernie. Same place as last year. Free roam brewing down there and shit. What you reckon? How many cases of hard AF you think we'll go through that night? What do you think, D'Anthony?
I don't know.
What's the over-under on that?
You mean for the whole crowd?
Yeah.
1,000? 10,000? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, the
knows?
provided the mariachi band shows up.
I know. I got a call with him afterwards.
It's Philip, not Philippe.
Oh, is it Philip?
Yeah, and he's a metalhead. And
really?
And I'm hoping. I didn't mean to do this morning, but I'm hoping that they've learned Creed.
I know. That's what I'm going to talk to him about.
We asked him last year.
Yeah, I said, look, dude.
And he said it was too short a time. You've had a year now, Philip.
We'll see, Philip. We'll see where your fucking
loyalties lie. Yeah,
we'll find out.
Is it to Creed in America,
or is it to Mexico?
Al Qaeda. Oh, well.
Sorry.
It's all.
It's
what's the difference?
Yeah. What's the difference at this point? Also, we always do something for charity every year or someone. Over the years, we got gifts. We bought Lopez a car. We've done all kinds of crazy shit. I think for this year, we're going to give out some bicycles for kids. So if you're having a hard time out there at home, or your family's having a hard time, or it's been a tough year, this is an awesome gift for kids. And D'Anthony and I, we're going to buy somewhere in 10 to 15 bikes, and then just leave them there. You don't have to go on camera. Anything else, man, just they're free for Drinkin' Bros. We've got to support our own in our community, and these will be for you guys. So if you're struggling, need a gift for your kid, come to the live show. You can grab a bike for free if you're one of the first, 15 people there. And that way, there's no judgment. There's no nothing. Pop it back out in your cart. Maybe we will leave it in the box. So that way it's easier to transport home for everybody. I think it's probably the best move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think of the child you love the most.
Yeah.
And then that's who the bicycle's
And then that's who the bicycle's for, okay? That's
way, how I do Christmas presents.
We did one year where it was like Amazon gifts, and one woman asked for a foot massager for herself.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is for kids.
For children.
I don't think this is and she goes, oh, well, I mean, you guys are giving stuff away. Like, I feel like I deserve something too this year. Like, no, we're not doing that.
No, you're fine.
We're not doing that. But yeah, join us. Free Roam Brewing, 7 o'clock, Bernie, Texas. We will be live.
What's the date?
Probably with a mariachi band. That is Thursday, December 18th. Something beeps in my ear there, Ryan. What do we got?
That's weird. Okay.
Seems we good now. Are we live? Am I
we're
live?
still rolling. Yeah.
And people can hear me?
We're both on Kick and YouTube, yep.
Okay. Just checking, dude. Maybe we're all tapped in, dude. Or maybe it's the Indiana fans are pissed off. After that game, I made a post in Drinkin' Bros Sports, and I go, if you actually believe in this team to win the national title, bet your life savings on it. I'm tired of the 14 fucking Indiana people. Even that game on Saturday night, midgets. Fucking midgets across the board. Did Ohio State lose? Yes. Was it the most horrific play calling of all time and identical to the Michigan game last year? Their last loss was identical. 13-10, missed field goal with 3 minutes left from that exact distance, all that other shit. And those little fuckers, those little lollipop land fuckers held on every goddamn play. I've never seen anything like it. There's clips that are circulated on fucking Twitter and TikTok and all that other shit. It was like 3 of them just grabbing on for dear life, and Ryan Day at the end just fucking threw the headset off and was just like, all right, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
I mean, it seemed like they let him play, though. There was 5 penalties the whole game.
Sure was, Bob.
Yeah.
Who do you think those would have gone against? The guys who were 5'9", or the other team who was 6'4"?
I think Indiana did have one more penalty called than Ohio. I think it was like 2 and 3 on each side.
It was 5 and 2.
5 and 2.
5
okay.
and 2.
Indiana's way. Well, I mean, against Indiana technically, I guess.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
But we can start with the game. It was 1 versus 2, and that decided the seedings.
Yeah.
Look, my only thoughts on this game are with Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator. If you're going to fly back and forth to Florida, all South Florida all week, you've taken a head coaching job and all that other shit. Clearly, he was on another fucking planet that game. Get him out of there. Chip Kelly's there. You can insert him. Let him go coach his team down in South Florida, and you're fine.
Where's Chip Kelly?
He's fired. He has nowhere to work.
The Raiders fired him. A few
You're
weeks ago,
saying they should pick him up?
Yes, we had him last year through the playoffs. Run that same system where you're chucking every single down.
Pretty
and
much the same personnel,
all of it.
other than the QB.
You're just inserting. It's a plug and play.
Or was
there.
Sam was on the roster though last year, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay. So he's
Plug and play. Just get him in there. Because posting on Twitter an hour after the game that you're on a private jet going to South Florida.
It's not a great look.
Boy.
Not the best look.
I get it. You're a head coach. Congratulations. The problem is the way this schedule is set up now, you still have 7 more weeks, guys, to coach these kids. 7.
Yeah. Every game's like 10 days apart.
Yeah.
Hey, where is this live? It's not on YouTube.
It's not?
Go to live.
Yeah, Drinkin Bros Sports. We're on Drinkin Bros Studios. Okay. Well,
Byron, what has happened today?
I don't fucking know.
Show didn't go up last night.
Yeah. We're in the twilight zone right now.
Okay. All right. Well, you're here. So we weren't going on YouTube today. Who gives a shit? I don't even fucking care
We
about
are
YouTube.
on YouTube. We're just on Drinkin Bros Studios.
I
not
don't
the
even
sports.
care
So-
about YouTube anymore. Whatever, man. Probably 4 people are watching anyway, so who gives a shit?
144. What's up, guys?
None of the notifications go out to anybody anymore. I've never seen a channel this locked in my entire life, dude. Yeah, we can dig into the numbers later, but I take nothing out of this game, to be honest with you.
Was there?
At all.
Play devil's avocado here for a second, or actually, when my children hate each other,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be like, "What's one nice thing you have to say about
Nothing.
your sibling?"
And it only got worse as the game ended. You know why? They put the microphone in that kid's face. Mendoza.
Oh, Mendoza, yeah.
I've never heard him speak out loud before. It was frightening. Is that his real voice?
Yeah, he's a goon. He's a fucking nerd for sure.
What? I mean, he said flip in, and it's just. It was Tim Kaine on steroids. Like the amount of like high pitched screaming, and I'm like, boy, is that your speaking? I understand why you've never done an interview all year. If I had to say anything positive about it, the only thing I can say is Kirk Signetti, the coach.
Yeah.
To be able to turn around the worst,
Literally
the worst college football team in program history that quickly and do it and pull that off somehow.
Yeah.
That he should be rewarded for, but there's not anybody who I would take in the NFL on that team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
They're not playing in the NFL.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, they do well in the aggregate, so maybe it's a Tampa Bay Rays style accomplishment. Hard to say.
Tough
Right?
to say. I don't
'Cause
think they get out of the first round, though.
Maybe, but
in the playoffs.
I can tell you, going into this game, Indiana had the number 3 ranked rush defense in the country, and they shut Ohio State down on the run game. Shut them down like nobody has all season. And they also held teams to the 3rd least amount of points, although Ohio State's got the best defense in the country.
How did
Right.
they shut the running game down? Is what I'm curious about.
Like how did they do it?
No. I
Like
mean,
how did they accomplish it?
No,
No,
he
I
wants
mean,
you to
I'm
quantify,
looking
like-
at the numbers, and they were fine. Bo Jackson had 17 carries for 84 yards. My biggest gripe on that is because the running game was working so well, you 2 3rd and 1s, and you decide to not give it to the guy who's got 1,000 yards in the backfield there?
Right.
Don't understand that. You would have 4th and 1, which you went with our smallest player. So Julian Sayin for us is our smallest dude there is on the entire team, both sides of the field. He's barely 6 feet tall, and he's probably 185, 190, but Bo Jackson was lighting him up. I don't really get
since
it.
this is the least amount of yards other than at Purdue, where he only ran the ball 14 times because they were blowing him out so bad, the least amount of yards Bo Jackson has had since he took over as primary ball carrier.
Of what?
Rushing yards.
Rushing yards.
But I mean, he only had 17 carries, so
A lot of it is from them sacking Sayin, apparently.
Yeah,
It was
he
-29.
had
In the aggregate.
yeah, the minus 29 came from sacks.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not counting that.
Yeah.
Like 17 rushes for 83 yards is fine, but it's not Bo Jackson.
It's a 5-yard average.
Yeah, it's not Bo Jackson though. I mean, that's not what we expect out of him.
But if you're averaging 5 yards a carry and it's 3rd and 1,
Yeah, there's no question that the play calling was bad as well.
4th and 1.
I don't know what made them decide to do that, to be honest. But if you just look at the box score, a total of 83, well, let's say 87 yards from scrimmage gained by Ohio State in the game. If you had told me that before the game, I would tell you that Ohio State might not win this game, right? Because they have to perform in the run game. Otherwise, look,
but they only ran the ball 20, I think 2 times total. The rest were sacks.
22.
So, yeah.
21. No, wait.
Yeah.
20.
20.
Yeah. Unless Sayin had a designed run.
He had one. He had one
I
up
think
the
so.
middle.
21.
Yeah.
21, which is nothing. I mean,
No.
there's that formula: completions plus
Yep.
rush attempts, and if you beat the other guy, then you win. Well, they didn't because Indiana ran the ball 34 goddamn times.
Right, and I'm looking at it. So he's only thrown 30 times out of 13 games, 3 times this year, which I don't understand. Most accurate quarterback in college football. You got the 2 best wide receivers in the nation on the same team. Jeremiah Smith, even at the end of that Hail Mary, went up against 5 dudes.
Yeah.
All 5 midgets. They couldn't. He just ripped it down out of the sky, and it was like, oh, why didn't you do that the entire fucking game? Like, I just don't understand.
I feel like
And I said the same exact thing during the Michigan game last year.
I feel like Ohio State played it really like
Conservative.
weird, conservative, and I don't understand
And
why.
really, one of the things I said before this game was if Indiana wants to win, I know we said the whole time if they do win, it'll be close. Like, there's no chance of Indiana blowing them out. But they needed to not get blown out in time of possession, like Ohio State has done.
They
to
won it
people.
by, 30 seconds maybe?
I think
like
they
that?
lost
Or
by a minute. Like,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
but it was even. It was even.
Yeah, more or less even.
And
yeah.
that to me is probably the difference. I was at a wedding, so I was watching the game, but I was, going everywhere too. But I just kept, as Indiana held on to the ball, and that's really that's the best way to stop Ohio State's offense is to not let them play.
I mean, I think Ohio State's got the best offense in the country and the best defense in the country, and they shut both of them up.
But doesn't this feel like last year where it was just like, okay, it was identical, 13-10 loss. That kid, Jesus Christ. I went out and kicked a 27-yarder. My kid, because, my kid kicks and all that other shit. And he goes, Dad, I make it from 30. He goes, am I crazy? And I go, dude, I can do that right now. I'm training for that Arena League football game in March for the Dallas Bulls. Shout out Bulls, National Arena League. 27 first try, drilled it by easily 20 yards to spare.
But I mean, this game was dead even, right? Everywhere. They both had 1 turnover. They basically had, it was a 3-point loss. It just comes down to when it's that close, like one mistake one way or the other is going to sink you.
And here were the mistakes. So in the second half, Ohio State had a 81-yard drive.
Yeah.
And then Sayin, they decided to call a design run with Sayin, which he never does. Too small. Knee was down. And by the way, that was the correct call. The knee was down. That was not a first down.
Yeah.
So got it. But then Indiana gets the ball on the 5-yard line all the way down there.
Yeah.
They punt. Ohio State goes 72-yard drive. 3rd and 1. Decide not to run with Bo Jackson for some reason. 4th and 1. You're like, nah, let's kick it. I don't really get that either. Like, go for the fucking win.
Yeah.
I don't. 3 minutes left. Same thing I said against Michigan. Why the fuck are you doing this?
That's what kills a good team is when you get cute or conservative or both.
Yeah, conservative especially. Here's what happened. The easiest way to tell, there's 2 that Ohio State got conservative and it cost them. One is the rush attempts. Forget about the yards per carry because nobody's going to stop Bo Jackson. And if he gets 25 rushes, he's getting over 100 yards.
Easy. Every single time.
End of fucking story. 5 sacks by Indiana.
Yes.
Played conservative. did not play their quick outs, did not play their fucking slants, did not play their hot route with the deep ball to fucking Jeremiah Smith. Just throw it up in the air and let him grab it. And that cost them. They got sacked 5 times and additional tackles for a loss. 4 passes batted down. This is unacceptable, right?
It's
like,
the worst play calling I've
sense.
ever seen. And to your points, Jeremiah Smith was open all game. The guy that was guarding him was 5'9". All their DBs are like 5'9". They only have one player that's over 300 pounds on either side of the ball for Indiana. That's what I mean by how small they are. It's an easy game plan. Like, this is the easiest one to game plan for. You got 2 wide receivers that are 6'4".
What I don't understand as well is even if you're playing it conservatively, why doesn't Max Clary have 6 or 7 catches?
Same thing.
Because he's open
all
7 to 10
long.
yards out the whole game.
Whole
Why
game.
is he not? I don't understand what they were doing.
This
here.
was double the amount of sacks Sands taken in any other game.
Yeah.
Over double, in
And
fact.
it just felt like the offensive coordinator was checked out. And he is, dude. He just got hired to be a head coach somewhere. So congratulations. And there's no other excuse than that. I mean, the amount of holds in this game, I think, contributed to the sacks. When you're that small, they did every biting, physical thing you could possibly do, which is the only way to win this fucking game. And congratulations. But do I think they win the national championship? No. That's why I challenged everybody in the group. If you believe in it and you guys are that fucking high on Indiana, bet on it. Because guess who isn't? Vegas. Vegas still does not have them as the favorite to win the national championship.
Third or fourth right now? What are they? Are they third or fourth?
I think they're third.
Okay.
What is look on my bookie and see what the Heisman's at now, because
I kind of think Pavia should get it.
Yeah, Pavia should get it.
I did too.
Yeah.
Neither one of these guys earned it. I mean, they had. It's one thing to put your for this game not to have existed and put everybody's stats up next to each other and make a decision, but when you have the chance to go out there and seal it for yourself and you fucking flub, there's got to be a penalty for that.
I agree.
It looks like their odds aren't up on my bookie. Like they're temporarily down to reassess things.
Yeah, because what do you do? I think it's Pavia.
I think it's Pavia too.
Like, sorry, you had a showcase game on primetime on Saturday and an extra game. Winner take all. Again, the offensive coordinator lost Julian Sayin this award. Like, just throw it deep to the best 2 fucking wide receivers there is. I've never seen anybody just lose a Heisman Trophy for a player before. Indiana, I've never been a fan of Mendoza. I don't think he's that great anyways. And after that speech, you know why? I couldn't take anybody seriously like that in real life.
My bookie, by the way, Indiana is second on my bookie.
For
the odds to win the Natty.
Oh, they are. What are the odds, actually?
So Ohio State's plus 250, Indiana's plus 260, Georgia's plus 550. Think there's a ton of value there.
No shit. I would have put Georgia at 2.
Yeah.
Easy.
And then, honestly, another one that's like pretty solid value is Texas Tech is plus 850. They're the 5th favorite right now.
Where are they? Oh, they got an easy seed up there. Yeah, because on the other side, Ohio State's got to play Georgia.
Yep.
So one of those 2 are going to be out.
Yeah.
I mean,
they won't even make the championship.
If Ohio State doesn't, if they're not ready to be creative and run the ball,
they'll get beat.
They will lose that game.
Correct.
Because Georgia's defense shut Alabama the fuck down in the run game. Not that Alabama has a great run
They
game.
have a bad
or
run
anything.
game, yeah.
It's not great, but Alabama's been able to overcome that because they have great receivers and great play calling.
And Ty Simpson's been very accurate all
They
year.
couldn't do shit against Georgia.
Anything against Georgia.
And this is like the same exact team. It's not like Georgia's been on some wild run and Alabama's been, this is just Kirby Smart called the right game.
Yep.
And
Perfect game plan.
Annihilated them. And now we'll see if DeBoer can adjust, right? Yeah. That's going to be a thing. And I mean adjust because now everybody's seen it. Everybody out there, especially these SEC teams, Oklahoma, they got to play, knows now, all right, we can stack this box.
Oh, yeah.
If we can stack the box and still get pressure on Ty Simpson, we can beat Alabama. That's what they're thinking right now. And they're not wrong because they just saw it, right? By 21 points.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
And it wasn't even that close.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was
Alabama
21-0.
barely scored.
Barely scored.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this here. So, to Alabama's, do what you will with his stat, but Jam Miller's one of the very best running backs there is. He was out for Alabama. Can he get healthy enough in time for...
It's 2 weeks.
So maybe he's able to come back for this. But
I mean, I think they can beat Oklahoma without him, to be honest.
I agree with that.
But that's a risk.
But they already lost to Oklahoma.
They did. I think it's just tough to beat someone twice in the same season. And B, I just never... That was such a stunning loss for Alabama because Oklahoma's offense is so bad.
Right.
Like, so fucking bad. The scariest thing for me on Alabama is letting up 28.
Yes. I mean,
To Georgia, who doesn't score that
they're
much.
not scoring that much points
Yeah.
this year. Like, when you got a running quarterback like that, they haven't scored a lot of points. And let's face it, they just beat Georgia Tech, the week before by 7.
Yeah.
Like, watching that SEC championship, you were like, if that Georgia shows up through the playoffs,
Yeah.
they could definitely win it all.
Oh, easily.
So if I'm looking to sprinkle right now, it's on Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's a second time facing an opponent, and Kirby Smart doesn't lose those games. I don't think that carries over. I'm not saying that they're going to get blown out by Ohio State or anything like that, but this is a completely different situation.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think that Georgia just elevated their game. I think Alabama's defense underperformed because they were on the field too much because they couldn't run the goddamn ball. They only had 16 runs, including the sacks they took the entire game, right?
Yep.
So Georgia's defense is really good. Offense, not good. And against Ohio State, this is going to be a 17-10 game. 17-10 Ohio State against Georgia, probably. That's what I think.
I think it's going to be
taking under
very.
on that game for
It'll-
sure.
It feels to me like that Texas game last year in the playoffs, where it came down to the last
Maybe like
series.
21-14 or something like that, but it's going to be close and within one score.
Because even I think that's Ohio State Texas game. It was 17-10. Texas was driving, had it down to the 1. They could have tied the game.
Yeah,
but then
before
Jock
that.
Sawyer got that scoop and score all the
Yeah.
way down. But that's what made it 2 scores. I think you're going to
Yeah,
have
but
a
that was
very
a one-score
similar
game.
Yep.
In reality,
Yep.
that was
Yeah.
a one-score game.
I think you're going to have a very, very similar game.
It should have been an OT game, frankly, but
It was Sark's play calling that completely fucked them on that.
yeah.
I though, like honestly, this top of the actually the whole bracket's really interesting. I don't think many of the first round games are that exciting to me. I do think James Madison covers against Oregon.
No.
20
It's
and a half.
21.
No.
Yeah, because Oregon's going to get up by 3 scores
maybe
and then
just sit
coast
everybody?
in the fourth quarter. An Oregon starter doesn't play beyond midway through the fourth quarter in this game, nor should they.
Yeah.
Like once you've got it, once it's going to require them 3 scores to come back on you in the fourth quarter, you got to fucking start getting some guys some rest or prevent injury and shit like that because you're going to have to go play Tech after that.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Oregon is much better than James Madison, but like every competent team that Oregon has played this year, it's been close.
Yeah. Yeah.
And James Madison is competent, absolutely competent. Hopefully their coach is fucking not checked out because he's
Yeah.
going to UCLA.
we'll see.
But
This is the story, though, through all of college football right now.
yeah.
You got Ole Miss, who's coming in at 6 here. Number 6. 6th seed, and you don't have a fucking head coach.
Yeah.
That's insane to
Who
me.
needs a head coach?
Yeah.
They did
I
get their
guess.
OC back.
Hey, bring in Vanderbeek, man. John Voight leaves, Vanderbeek slips in there, coaches the team. Wait, no, not Vanderbeek. It's the one that's dead.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker,
Walker,
yeah.
yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Look, no one
have
relates
his
to kids
hologram
like
coach
Paul
it?
Walker. He'll get into that locker room.
We can do a hologram Paul Walker.
A hologram
Yeah.
Paul Walker.
I think
would be
Ole Miss can
great.
afford it. They're saving a bunch of money by not having to pay Lane Kiffin.
That asshole, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think you can book Tech in Indiana for the semifinal.
Also, by the way, Ole Miss, how much money, like, can we say how much theoretical money they're saving based on the, inevitable sexual harassment lawsuit that would have been coming?
the limit does not exist.
Like,
no,
tens of
that's gonna be,
millions.
there's gonna be a slush fund for them.
Yeah, at
slush fund
LSU,
for
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Well,
their problem
LSU,
anymore.
they just take them out to the swamp. And
But before we
It's
get
over.
to this bracket here, Texas Tech beat the shit out of BYU,
Yep,
we
forcing
expected
them
that.
all the way out.
yeah.
Yep. As
which
they
is great.
Yep, they should. That problem solved itself.
It did.
BYU looked good for a lot of the season, and then they crumbled under pressure and they
Yeah.
got booted just like they should. Duke,
They did it.
It's the best.
They did
I,
it.
I,
I made like $200 on that, but I made
I did
way
not.
more in life points. You know what I mean?
I
Like I
laughed
think
my
I extended
ass
my
off.
life by 2 years.
But they bailed out the ACC. They bailed out the ACC.
If they
That's true,
don't
yeah.
win, Miami gets. No,
Miami-
because
Virginia
then
would
an
have
ACC
got in.
team gets in either way. But
Virginia
really,
would've
what
got
should
in.
have happened is that Duke should have won, and then no ACC team gets in. I don't know that Miami had a much better argument than BYU.
I think
to me.
A&M is going to beat Miami by like fucking 14 to 20 points.
I think that game's going to be big.
Yeah.
In
Well,
fair.
let's get into it here because I'll go 1 through 12 here. Obviously, Indiana was 1. Ohio State at 2. I would have swapped them out, to be honest with you. I would have put Ohio State at 3, only because Georgia's got better wins. They had a harder schedule.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that. And because it's 2 one-loss teams.
And Georgia avenged their only loss.
And me personally, after watching that Indiana team at 1,
Yeah.
I don't think that's the number one team in the nation at all. And
Yeah, but I mean, but how do you not give it to them?
They
they have to.
They
Yeah.
knocked off.
They don't have
number
a
one.
choice.
They knocked off number one, and they're
but
undefeated.
because of that,
Yeah.
and they beat Ohio State, I would have bumped down Ohio State to 3. I would have put Georgia at 2, and then Texas Tech at 4. I agree with that. Do you guys have any problems with the top 4?
Not really. I actually think Georgia honestly gets the easier path, even though they're 3. I think A&M would give Georgia more problems than Ole Miss would.
I agree. And didn't they already play?
Ole Miss and Georgia already played. Georgia needed to
That was a close game. Ole Miss was up the entire game.
But
yeah.
now there's no lane, and I think Georgia, they're mad about even that game being that close. I think Kirby handles business again, even though I said earlier it's hard to beat a team twice the same year. But I think Georgia is a full head above Ole Miss. I think A&M on the talent gap in the places that it would cause Georgia problems. I think A&M's closer to them. And again, there's not the disorganization with A&M that there kind of is with Ole Miss right now. So I think Georgia got a pretty okay draw.
I did too.
3, so
I did too.
Indiana's the team that got fucked the hardest on this.
Yes.
Although
if
if they beat the winner of Alabama Oklahoma, I think they beat Texas Tech.
Who do you think wins Alabama Oklahoma?
I think
that's so
I think
close.
it's going to be a really low scoring game. I'll tell you that, because if that dude doesn't come back and they can't run the
Jam
ball,
Miller doesn't come back, they're fucked.
they're going to be in trouble.
DeBoer is 0-2 against Venables at OU.
Okay.
That was at Washington, but
No,
right?
no, he lost to
Yeah, he
he's
lost.
lost to
Oh, you
OU
mean regular
back-to-back
season
years.
games.
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
And then he lost in Alabama to Oklahoma this
Yes. Man, it's at Norman. It's at night. God, it's a
year.
1.5 point spread.
Cold as
Yeah,
fuck.
It's a 1.5 point spread. I think in Alabama's favor.
Yeah, it is.
I can't get out of my mind how bad Oklahoma's offense is.
That's, by the way, this is my problem with a lot of these teams, where I'm just like, besides Ohio State and maybe Texas Tech, who's got a high-flying offense with superstars that you're like, okay, cool.
I mean, Indiana scores a lot against a lot of teams. They do.
They scored 13,
I know.
and they got 2 turnovers down at the 5-yard line.
I get that, but that's because Ohio State's defense is elite. But
I
look,
know.
Ohio State's offense is elite, and they scored 10. I think it was just 2 really good defense. I told you before that game,
Yeah.
and I've said this. I've said 2 things before this. Indiana is capable of beating anyone on any given day. My biggest concern is, can they do it 3 times, 4 times in a row? And that is where the size comes in more than on one
It's
given
size.
day.
It's size, by the way.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're going against, they really are fucking midgets out there. And
Well, it's only a problem for one more game until they get to the fucking championship game, because they're not going to have these size issues against Tech or Oregon. Not like they do against.
And they've
an
already
SEC team.
beaten Oregon, and you and I feel the same way about Oregon too. Where I don't think they're that good. I think Indiana could beat Oregon, absolutely.
100%.
And
I
think they
just
can
don't
beat
know.
Tech.
I think they
that
can beat
get
Tech
out
too.
of- yeah,
They can beat Tech too because they can neutralize Tech's offense.
yes.
which
If you
is their
can,
best.
if you can get to Morton,
Yeah.
you're good and game over. And it's just, can they get past the size of an Alabama or an Oklahoma?
I think Oklahoma's an easier draw for them because their offense is so goddamn bad.
bad.
That Indiana can literally shut them out.
Indiana's defense
They can
would-
literally shut them out or hold them to 3 or maybe 7, right?
If I'm Indiana, I'm rooting for Oklahoma.
Fuck yeah. 100%.
Because I think Oklahoma's so fucking deficient on offense. Like Alabama is much more well-rounded team.
especially
than
if
Oklahoma.
Jam Miller doesn't play in this game and Alabama still wins, now you're in fucking trouble because he's rested 3 weeks and he's coming back, and now you got to defend against that run.
What is
right?
the injury there? That's gonna determine how far they go, in my opinion.
Sickle cell? I don't know.
Might be.
But I kind of like
that
Indiana through to the semifinals. I think Oklahoma is so bad on offense, and then Alabama just they have these bizarre games where they're not. It's like they're not locked in the whole time or something. And say what you want about Indiana, but they're never not locked in.
Look, you have to be.
Yeah,
I'm no lie, at that size, and you don't have the dudes, you don't have the superstars. You have to be locked in every fucking game, and that's why I said, if you were to say something positive about it, it's the coach.
Yeah.
And it's the coaching to get the kids to believe and buy in for what they are and how small they are. Like it's tough, man. So there is no world-changing superstar in this team that is going to, in my opinion, do anything.
Yeah.
So, you got to get them to buy in as a team. And by the way, for college kids, basketball and football, that's fucking 90% of the battle.
Most of college basketball winners have 0 competent NBA players on those
Right?
teams.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a team.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a team. So, like, that's what would be the biggest compliment
Well,
to
it's really
these
funny
guys.
because Signetti is midway through this run. I mean, last year had a good season too, and then midway through this year, he's dusting teams, and that defense looks incredible, playing good team defense. And we're talking about, damn, this dude's setting himself up for a nice job somewhere. And now, if he beats Alabama, Oklahoma, and then I think he wins 2 more, and then I don't know that they win a championship. That seems like a stretch to me. But if he wins 3 playoff games, now we're talking about Indiana becoming a fucking powerhouse, not him going somewhere to join a powerhouse. You know what I mean? It's fucked up.
Indiana's
Because he doesn't need to think about if Tampa Bay Rays and Kevin Cash, and they all of a sudden started giving him actual dudes, what he could do on a team like that. We saw it with Oakland that first year.
Billy
Bean.
Yep.
That first year in Oakland, and what was it, 2002?
Yeah.
Well, they gave him a little bit. He still had Tejada, still had Eric Chavez. They brought in Justice. They brought in a couple of other guys and spent a little bit of money. And look what he did. He went to the fucking playoffs with that team easy. No, Jeremy Jambi. Jason
Jeremy.
went to, but you give...
Who was the shittier one?
Yeah. You give Signetti, like, some recruits, people that are like, you know what, I'm not going to go sit on the bench as a redshirt freshman for a year at Florida State, et cetera, whatever university
I'd rather start, yeah.
I'm going to go to Indiana and join a team that just fucking played well. Look at what they can do with that. You're talking about a whole different thing, and it's so odd. It would be like Purdue becoming a fucking football school.
They
can't
were
even think
good
about it.
30 years ago.
Yeah,
they
it's
used
not
to be
30 years
really
ago.
good.
But
I know, I
fucking-
understand, but
A school like Indiana is dangerous to become that too, because they're a blue blood basketball program, so athletic booster money is there,
Well,
and it's always been there.
And real quick here, so there's a presser going on right now. DeBoer says Jam, I feel, is probably the farthest along, if I really put it in order of injuries, because they're also missing left guard, defensive lineman, and tight ends. They're 4 top dudes, essentially, besides Simpson. Jam says, I feel really strong chance of not being just available, but ready to go at a level he can compete and do great things for
It's
us.
a lower leg injury, so ankle, right?
Probably.
And
They're
then
not saying,
he
yeah.
missed this week, and then that'll give him a full month of rest before this game happens that he needs to play in. Should he not play December 19th?
Right.
If he's able to, if he misses the Oklahoma game, now he's saying he's going to play, so we'll see.
We'll find out. But we'll switch over to the Notre Dame situation, because now let's take Indiana and Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame didn't make the playoffs. They don't play in a conference.
Yeah.
Clearly that hurt them. And then if you're in the state of Indiana, which school do you want to go to now? You want to play for Notre Dame, or do you want to play for Indiana?
Yeah.
Dead serious.
Yeah.
Me personally, kind of want to play for the fucking Indiana right now.
I mean,
like,
if it matters to me that I'm playing postseason football, then I'm going to Indiana, because just by virtue of being in a conference, they have a better shot
every year.
End of
Every
fucking
year.
conversation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be starting at like week 8 to 10, there's always going to be some conversation or bitching about Notre Dame and their schedule and not being in a conference and blah,
Yep.
blah, 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 blah. That's just not going to happen at a Big Ten school.
It's not.
What I would worry about with Indiana too, or with Notre Dame too, is if Indiana remains good for a little while,
Those in-state recruits.
starts
Gone.
If
See ya.
fucking state recruits start cutting into your in-state money, into
Yeah.
your T-shirt
Sure
fan
does.
base, into the diehards who grew
People
up.
love a new shiny toy, don't
They
they?
sure do.
Yeah.
And, Indiana's always had a good basketball team. The last few years have been pretty bleak. But before that,
They're still a blue blood,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these schools that are basketball schools first. If like
Kansas.
Kansas is another
Kansas is a
one.
great one.
Kansas is pains me to say
Kentucky.
this. It's bizarre. Kentucky. Those are sleeping football giants. If they can find a way to
Kansas already got that money, though.
divvy up the money,
They got
right.
$400
yeah,
million.
But Bill
They got to
Self is
spend it right.
Bill Self
Duke
like,
is the ACC champion. By the way, speaking of the ACC, Stanford has got $250 million to play with now. Just people just like, hey, we're going to spend $250 million. I don't know on what. It's not going to be on fucking golf and tennis.
Right.
You know,
So
with
it's going to be
Stanford,
on
you
football
never
and
know.
basketball.
You
Yeah.
never know.
It'll be on football and basketball probably.
Their
Do you
swim
see?
team is the best, though. They always
Yeah,
have
but
been.
that doesn't cost any money.
No, it's just the travel and all of the shit.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a swimmer, I'm like, how good is your Olympic pre-program? can you get me into the Olympics?
Yep.
Stanford's the best at swimming,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
not even close. And then the second one is, am I getting an education with this? Because I'm definitely not going to be a professional swimmer.
And
And it doesn't get any better in Stanford in that regard either. Do you see Notre Dame's AD this morning?
Yep.
Bekova?
Yep.
Or
Bavacqua, whatever the fuck his name is, yeah.
He's like, all the other sports teams being in the ACC has done, quote, permanent damage to the football team. Join a conference,
Join a
bitch.
conference.
What are you
The
talking
Big
about?
Ten would take you in a heartbeat.
Oh, my God.
Big Ten, ACC,
every
SEC. Anybody would take
Well, I
Notre
guess
Dame.
they hate the SEC now.
Who
Or the
does?
ACC now. Notre Dame.
Oh, I'm
That's what
sure.
they're saying. They're like, man, the ACC really fucked us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that to be honest,
Nobody fucked them but themselves.
if I had to pick between Miami and Notre Dame, I would have picked Notre Dame.
To go
Because to go in, yeah, because
Oh.
Miami's a good team. There's no question about that. And any other year, if one of these other teams had fallen out, maybe Miami gets in. I'm fine with that. However, Notre Dame has a fucking elite offense. There's an elite unit on their team, and I want to see that kind of shit in the playoff. No, Miami pieces it together and plays decent football most of the time. Sometimes they don't.
there's an
to
easy
me, I don't
fix.
want to see that shit.
To me, there's an easy fix.
Yeah,
for
join a
this.
fucking conference.
Well, join a conference, one, for Notre Dame. And then two, let's get rid of these these two, James Madison and who's the other fucking team? Tulane. We could have had Vandy and we could have had Notre
Well,
Dame.
next year we got 16, so it doesn't matter.
It's not locked yet.
Well, it will be after this.
After this. Oh, my God.
Maybe.
And then we're going to have.
Do we have to do this, though?
here's
Can we
the
just
thing.
not do the top 16?
I think it'll be the same conference rules, but it'll just make sure the other teams get in so that, because we're all talking about Notre Dame right now, but there's another team
Vandy.
no, not Vandy, whining about how they should have been, and that's Texas.
Oh, no.
Their
Why?
fans are irate.
Why?
Why?
Because they beat some good teams.
Sorry, you had 3 losses
Right.
and then you didn't play for the SEC title. Vandy over. I would have taken Vandy over Texas.
I would too. Well, Texas
Well, they
beat
lost.
Vandy.
Yeah, you're right. But they got 2 losses.
Right.
All of this, man. This James Madison bullshit. What's the spread? 20 something on my
20
bookie.
and a half, I think. Yeah.
What's the other one on
Tulane
Tulane?
is 16 and a half. I smash Ole Miss. They're going to win by 1 million. All the Lane stuff has them pissed. They're going to come out with their fucking hair on fire. Like, Ole Miss by 1 million, but I kind of low-key think James Madison covers 20 and a half.
It's a lot of points.
I could
It's
see
just-
them covering, yeah.
If we're putting the spread though that high on these games, like there shouldn't be them. Like, that's not a playoff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, there's a lot of first-round NCAA tournament games with monster spreads.
Because here's the other thing, and you probably thought I was going to go yard on fucking Notre Dame today for opting out of the bowl games.
Yeah.
Because an hour later, 2 more schools in the Big 12 opted out.
Yeah,
Kansas
K-State
State
and Iowa
and,
State.
and Iowa State. I am, and I've said this 2 years ago, that this would happen. The bowl games will be eliminated now. There is no point for these. There's no point for injuries. It is a glorified scrimmage at this point. And if you have younger players and you want to see them play and see how they're going to do next year, great. Otherwise, teams have been sitting out their fucking stars for years, dude. Ohio State, if they're not playing in the playoffs, nobody fucking plays. Like, so I get it, dude. There's no need for the rest of this shit. Now that we're at 12, what's the benefit of playing in the Meineke Car Care Bowl?
Well, you get paid.
What's the dollar amount?
And not enough for a big school to care.
Right.
Notre Dame doesn't give a shit about that. They got
No.
a $32 billion endowment,
Yeah,
I think.
they don't care.
about that.
You get paid, and honestly, for a lot of the middle-of-the-road schools, especially ones with a younger roster, like a bowl win over a notable team or a guy having a good game, like people remember that when they start doing rankings at the beginning of next
So
year.
let's do this. Create an NIT version with the lower schools and then have them compete for something so that way people will care.
Yeah, but
because
these-
otherwise,
the-
how do you get players, fans, and coaches to care anymore?
I mean, you could still, it wouldn't affect anything necessarily because you could still sell the advertising rights to the bowl games.
Yeah, the bowl games are the NIT, basically.
But the bowl games,
and
you and
now
I-
don't make them play 3 extra.
You and I
games.
know that costs. Barstool bought one for $250.
It was $500.
An entire bowl game.
Yeah, but it was like
$500 the year before, $250
Yeah.
the next year.
Yeah.
So they could stream it.
Yeah, and I know why. Like, the ACC was talking a lot of shit about Miami being better, and they did beat them.
They beat 'em. They beat 'em. Sorry.
I mean, that looks bad. It's the first game of the year. I think that's a meaningless game, frankly. And I think that as the season went on, it's clear that Notre Dame is a better football team. However, they still lost, so whatever. But the ACC was talking shit about how Miami's actually got 3 top 25 wins. Like, no, they don't. They beat Notre Dame, so they got 1. But they beat Florida State and South Florida
when they
and
were ranked.
Pitt.
When they were ranked.
Yeah, but they're not
They're not
fucking.
ranked
None of those
anymore. They're not
teams
ranked anymore.
Yeah.
are ranked. I don't give a shit about that. All those wins are basically off the table so far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
right.
South Florida couldn't even make the AAC championship.
Yeah,
game.
and it's
Yeah.
not like fucking Notre Dame has great. I mean, they beat USC by 10. I thought that
USC
was
is
impressive.
a ranked win.
I think
they're
yeah.
still ranked. I
yeah, they're
believe.
17th. I thought that was impressive, but they lost to A&M. But A&M's 4th, right? Or
Right.
6th? What are they?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And they lost by 1.
6, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. And they both beat Pitt, but Pitt wasn't a real ranked team, right?
No.
So it's like
They were ranked for a second.
to me that's just a bunch of chirping that you could resolve pretty easily by getting in a conference. Dude.
if they had played in the conference,
Mm-hmm.
they would have made the conference championship game in the ACC,
Mm.
and they would have won it. They would have beat Virginia unquestionably.
Yes.
or Duke.
Well, let's not get
Duke
ahead of
is
ourselves.
that is Bob's. God, I can't believe it.
Either way-
I laughed so hard, and I texted you right after that
Yeah,
game
you did.
because when I saw what was going on there, I was thinking, I was like, I know what's happening here. Therefore, I was able to enjoy the rest of my night, and we actually flipped over to Duke, and I was like, this is what I'm here for. It's
very funny.
This is because there was kids and a Christmas party and all that other stuff at the house. And me and the dads were laughing. They were like, "Hey, dude," and I was like, "No, we're good. We can turn it over."
Yeah.
And I laughed for 1,000 years on that because when it went to overtime, I was like, "Fuck!" First of all, I don't even know that kid should have been able to come back and bounce for Virginia
that was a
to
whole-
even go to overtime.
Did we
But
tell you, or did we tell you that Virginia was going to get some calls?
that was the most egregious
Yeah.
call of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I know
And they
you
still
can
couldn't
technically
overcome
come
it.
back in. I know, and reestablish possession in field, but usually it's like 4 or 5 steps. I mean, that was just like, oh,
Yep.
you just ran out of bounds on your own. You
Yep.
weren't pushed out, you weren't forced out, and then you came back in.
They got the call.
It was insane. So real quick, before I ask you guys your picks here, as we keep going along, let's get to the sponsors. MyBookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. A million goddamn things to bet on, which we'll go through tonight. I lost my fucking ass this weekend, and I blame Heartline on this. He's going to get a fucking bill from me. Fuck that guy. Get him out of there. Chip Kelly's out there. Just bring him back in, and we're good.
I think you could just let ChatGPT call that game and it would have gone better.
I've never seen like
You know
I
on
did
Madden where it
see
has
everything.
suggested plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have ChatGPT do that. It's quick.
If my child was out there, all I would tell him is 2 things. Just throw the ball as high in the air as you can to Jeremiah Smith or Cornell Tate, and I don't care what happens the rest of the game.
I mean,
don't care.
line them up on both sides.
Don't
of the-
run the ball. Take the running back out of the game.
Yeah.
Don't even run.
Yeah, go 5.
Yes.
5 receivers.
5 wide,
yeah.
and then just and with the tight ends.
Yeah.
With Max Clare.
And
great.
put Tate and Jeremiah Smith on the same side of the field and pump fake or
Yes.
throw deep every single time.
Every time.
And just hope for the best.
One of them's gonna go.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, plenty of shit to bet on. I don't know about the Heisman thing. What was the odds are down right now?
Yeah, the odds were not up at the moment. Let me double check.
They may be recalibrating.
I think
it.
they're
Yeah, I don't
recalibrating
know
it right
what
now.
you're
I don't know why
do.
it wouldn't be up by Monday though.
Yeah, I know.
either.
It's
What are
not,
they
not
waiting
up
for?
right now. Yeah.
Because no one's talking about it. There is no one in the media talking about the Heisman Trophy right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Voting should be in, by the way, I believe.
It is today.
Yeah.
It ends today. So maybe
maybe that's
they're
why,
reading
yeah.
message boards and shit. I don't
Yeah.
know. Voting's due at 5 today, so we'll see. Either way, plenty of stuff to bet. I've got to fucking reload, so I'll be back with you guys. And don't think I'm not going just as fucking goddamn hard. And I meant it. If you guys believe in Indiana, 4 people out of 140 comments actually bet them to win the national championship. Great. You guys I respect and I love. But don't talk shit if you're actually not going to bet on this fucking team. Like, I would love to see it. That's it. Just one. Because even Vegas still doesn't believe after that fucking game on Saturday. They're not even favored. But go to MyBookie if you do. If you do, now's the perfect time to go all in. They are not favored. Put the money down and have fun with it. All right? Promo code Drinkin Bros will double your first deposit up to $1,000. So you can bet $2,000 on that game. $2,000. Just go all in on Indiana. Dare you. I would love to see it. Next up, DrinkinBrosTickets.com. If you want tickets to any of these games, they're $10 cheaper than StubHub. Look, tickets for everything across the board, Harry Potter, all that other fun shit. Monster Truck, motocross, college football, NFL, everything. Now, there's going to be some really expensive tickets here.
Oh, yeah.
And here is where I can give you the ticket side of it, because I talked to Benny over the weekends for the show. I go, can you give us some insight here on the tickets? And he goes, yes. He goes, here's where you're going to get fucked. And I go, what do you mean?
Was that a threat?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he goes, guess what happens if Texas A&M beats Miami? I go, what? And he goes, They have a home game against Ohio State.
Yeah, the Cotton Bowl.
I did not know that. But I go, what would have happened if it would have been reversed? And he goes, it wouldn't have mattered. He goes, the only other option was the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
And he goes, what if Miami wins? Then they would have had a home game against us.
Yeah.
So he goes, there was nowhere to go, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that. But he's correct. So those A&M tickets right now, because they firmly believe they're going to beat A&M or Miami.
Yeah.
Are through the fucking roof right now. So there's nothing we can do about that. That is a literal home game at Jerry World on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And LA or Texas Live has all the fun shit down there. Like,
You know what? I'll tell you what, though. I went to the Mizzou Ohio State Cotton Bowl at Jerry World in a year Ohio State was disappointing, or their fans were disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Like because they weren't in the playoff. And Missouri has a humongous alumni base in Texas and in Dallas. And I was like, I think we're gonna actually like be more of the people in the stadium. And in a year that Ohio State didn't even really care that much, it was split dead ass 50-50.
yeah. Look, Ohio State
it
has.
was.
Because the ratings just came out yesterday for the season, 2 highest rated games. Excuse me, the 3 highest rated games of the year were all Ohio State. Ohio State, Texas, Ohio State, Indiana, and then the other one was Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Michigan was at 29 fucking million people, which is mind altering. I mean, that's like a NFC conference champ. I mean, that is monstrous numbers here. So I get it. Would I pay the money though? No. Like, not one fucking prayer. Because even Benny hit me up and he goes, are you going to this game? It's in Dallas. And I go, no, Benny, I'll go to the national championship. I'm not going to the...
You don't want to deal with a bunch of Aggies either, really. It's not...
I've heard, and I'm fine with it. All good. But the hilarious part is they played in this identical game last year in the Cotton Bowl against Texas, and that was a home game for Texas as well. Tickets were $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Tickets for this A&M game, a home game against Miami, are already last row in the stadium, $600.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
So good luck. Some of these guys you got to throw off the table. Oregon's probably your best bet. Because it's JMU. I don't even know how many people go to school there or if they travel.
They're not going to travel that much.
And trying to get to Oregon.
Oregon's also been in the playoffs a couple times, so it's not like...
But never a home game.
Yeah, but like Ole Miss, for example, never been in any playoff. Like that home game probably still going to be really expensive. And they're feeling extra school pride right now because they're spurned lovers.
And those shirts, I don't know the housewife quote. I know in real life.
You can't make a hoe into a housewife.
Yeah. I know that in real life.
Yeah.
But how does that apply to SM or
Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, yeah.
So an Ole Miss reporter during all the Lane stuff before he chose, he was like, "This is what happens. You can't make a hoe into a housewife." Like we knew who he was the whole time.
Shut the fuck up.
And then Lane came up to him, I think before or after the
great.
game.
I like that a lot.
And goes, "You want to call me a hoe again? We can go inside and something's going to happen."
Well, they're selling T-shirts
Yeah.
at a record pace down there at Ole Miss.
But Lane was like, "Don't call me a hoe. I'm not a hoe." And then he went and proceeded to be a giant prostitute.
Yeah, the biggest prostitute of all time, maybe. Last but not least, here we got Hard AF Seltzer. If you're going to any of these, let's look where we're at. Oregon. We get sold in Oregon. Grab some, go to the tailgate there. It's a blast. The tailgate we went to was really fun up in Oregon. Oklahoma, we are not out. However, if you're a Bama fan traveling up there, stop by the Circle K's. Those are now open. There's 56 Circle K's already open in the state of Alabama. Yes, we did get the Circle K deal. And the big state that I'm really want to drop on you guys won't happen for another 6 days. Maybe 3, actually. We're supposed to have a call with them tomorrow. Brand new states, brand new everything. Washington, I love you guys. And we have not secured that Meyer deal yet. That's what they wanted. Or Safeway. Safeway is what they wanted there. And just to even get into the fucking state. So we'll see. Looking through the rest of this, Ole Miss, we're not at. Texas A&M, we are at. Have fun, dude.
Yeah.
We are all over College Station. You can buy there. And then heading into the next rounds, we're at most of these schools as well. Go get a tall boy, 12-pack for the holidays. Buy them up, dude. Some of these distributors we've outgrown because the company's growing. We've had a very, very great year for Hard AF Seltzer. And a couple of these states, we're going to have to switch distributors and because they got too small for us. But buy them out. Join us. And enjoy the goddamn games. Let's get to these rounds here. James Madison, Oregon.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think JMU covers. It's at the 21 now, by the way. Line moved a little bit from yesterday.
Higher.
Yeah.
Higher.
I love it. I love James Madison.
Everybody's
cover.
betting Oregon. I think Oregon easily rolls to the next round without the spread. I'm going to do this without the spreads.
Yeah, they win. Oregon wins.
Oregon wins. They go on to the next round. Bama, Oklahoma.
God, it's impossible.
D'Anthony?
I'll take Bama.
I will too.
I think DeBoer's a good coach, and he's going to learn from last week and change it up. And I think I think their offense is so bad that it's going to be a problem.
I watched this first game here, and Alabama doubled them in every single category. Turnovers was it. That's the only reason they lost this game. I think Bama figures it out.
Yeah.
And then they get themselves back into a nice, cozy dome situation.
Yeah.
For the next game. Where is that?
It's at the
Indiana
Rose Bowl,
game?
but close. Might as well be.
It'll be 78 degrees.
Yeah.
So,
Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Bama as well. Oklahoma just can't keep getting away with this.
I know. That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
no, I mean, they're like, Indiana, but without the offense.
yeah.
That can't succeed. They
No,
had a
no.
good draw this year, for
And
the
they
most part.
got big dudes on defense, man. I got big
the
dudes all the way
defense-
around.
Defense is good.
I would say it's the second best defense in the country, probably.
Yeah.
But the offense just sucks.
And one of the greatest defensive players in the nation, Caleb Downs for Ohio State, said this. He's got a podcast with his brother.
Yeah.
His brother plays, I think, for North Carolina basketball. And he said, they go, what's the difference between the Big Ten and the SEC?
Yeah.
And he goes, Big Ten, you're playing 4 games a year with really fucking big dudes.
Yeah.
And in the Big Ten. He goes, SEC, they got fucking dudes every single week on the other side of the ball. They're the same size. And he goes, that's the difference is the size. And he goes, I don't have to deal with any of that shit in the Big Ten. I go, fair enough.
It sucks. Like, because you even get like a mediocre team, and like, like Missouri, for example, is a perfect example. They're a mediocre team this year, and it's still like there's a couple top 3 round draft picks just floating around that defense.
100%. So yeah, I understand it. Next up is Tulane, Ole Miss. Who you got?
Ole Miss and covers 17.5. Ole Miss rolls. They're angry. Tulane is, by the way, like a very deceptive 11-2. They were not that good this year. Played a lot of weird close games. They're going to get and they've already lost Ole Miss this year. They're going to get rolled.
Yeah, and by the way, Dan and I will do a college show next week when the actual spreads are finalized.
You don't know what I'm going to do next week.
Yeah, we don't.
Prove it.
We don't. But as we go along here, like these spreads will drastically change over the next week and a half. So we can't. I don't think a spread is worth it
Once
now.
the gambling starts. But yeah, I mean, Ole Miss wins this game. I think they win this game huge, and then I think they get annihilated by Georgia.
Yep.
But
I'm with you.
We'll see.
I'm with you.
We'll see how they play this. I'm curious how they handle business this week next week without the coach.
Mm-hmm.
If they can keep it together, even though it's against Tulane, it's not about the opponent. It's about organization.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because it's a decent enough football team. If they have good organization, they have good managers. I think they can give Georgia a little bit of a run, but they're not going to beat Georgia. I don't think, but we'll see when that comes.
Miami versus Texas A&M.
I don't think Miami belongs in this game. And I'm looking at the chat. Juan, Reed, both Miami fans. Neither one of them think Miami or Notre Dame.
Juan
should be
texted
in.
me after this Ohio State game, and he goes, either way.
They think that fucking BYU should have made it in. They got penalized for losing their conference championship game. They did not avenge their loss. They lost twice the same team. That's rough to overcome, frankly, right?
Yep.
But they only lost to one team all
year. Yeah, that's true, too.
And I want to say their strength of schedule was quite a bit better than I was looking at this earlier. So BYU's strength of schedule was 22nd in the country, and Notre Dame and Miami were like right next to each other in the mid 40s.
Yeah. That's something to take into consideration. Vanderbilt with an elite player. So, like, if I'm on the committee, it isn't just about ones and zeros. It's about the fucking product on the field too, right?
Pavia. I
You know what I mean?
would have watched Pavia all night long.
That's why
Yep.
That's why even though they lost to Miami, I would have preferred Notre Dame because Notre Dame has an elite unit. They have an offensive unit that's really good.
I think if Notre Dame was in this, CJ Carr would probably be the second or third best quarterback in the whole playoff.
Hey, and you know that I have zero love for Notre Dame,
Yeah.
but it really
We've been
appeared-
talking shit about them for 8 years on this show.
Well,
But
and
still, I
it'll
feel
be,
like they
it'll
belong.
be forever. However, I really believe that as the year went on, they started to figure it the fuck out because it wasn't the offense that was the problem; it was the defense.
Yes.
And towards the fucking last half of the season, it looked like they'd figured it out. And Royce Freeman was he was a linebacker for Ohio State. He's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of fucking fans just calling for him to be the DC and get rid of the other guy and do it himself.
Yeah.
Isn't this? Are we
And
just?
that's what I'm going to miss because there was a lot of people out there
Yeah.
who thought Notre Dame even had a shot
To
to
win it all.
potentially win it all.
Does this? is this going to affect Notre Dame's coaching next year? Like the staff?
Maybe the DC.
The DC is
Yeah.
the only thing that I would replace. But other than that,
Offense
it looked
was
like they
fine all
figured
year.
out everything. Is CJ Carr, what year is he?
He's
Sophomore?
a sophomore, maybe. Yeah.
I think he's a redshirt sophomore.
future's
Actually,
bright.
he might be a retro freshman.
I know. Hey, the future's bright. You
yeah.
got to get into a fucking conference, though.
This is the first year, and maybe we're just contrarian assholes. It's always a possibility, but this is the first year we've defended Notre Dame.
Ever.
But I think
In
that
8 years on this show.
legitimately, like now that it's expanded to 12 teams, especially we're in the second year of it too. We saw how it went last year. It isn't just about
He's a redshirt freshman.
Whew.
Yeah, so he's
I
got 2 more
got a
years.
bright future.
It isn't just about ones and zeros
Get in
and,
the conference.
and who did what necessarily. I mean, it is who did what for sure, but it's not just about ones and zeros, but it's about the product you put on the field as part of it too, I think. That's how they schedule the bowl games.
Yeah.
It isn't just about rankings after you get out of the top 12. It's not just about rankings. It's about what puts the best product on the field. And to be honest, that's got to factor in a little bit. You do have to beat the teams in front of you, but it's different when it's a 30 or 32 team professional league and a 160 team
Right.
fucking amateur league where you don't know what schedule you're going to pull. You're in a conference with 18 to 20 teams now, and you
Yep.
can only play 9 of them a season, right? So you can only play half of your fucking opponents in your conference per year, and then we've got to kind of figure out who matches up how. It's a fucking not a great system.
No. And so, but for me, I would love at 12 and 11 to have seen Vandy and Notre Dame.
I would rather see
As a
Vandy and Notre
viewer,
Dame than
as a
Tulane
viewer.
and Miami.
Just yes,
to
as
be
a consumer,
Yeah.
like just as a fan of football, because this James Madison game I put on for a little bit. They probably blow them out in the first half, and then I'm done. Same with this Tulane thing, where I'm just like, okay.
I mean, Miami's in on a technicality, basically, right?
Yeah, they beat Notre Dame.
Like
That's it.
Duke should be in there from that conference.
They should.
Like
They
you,
won.
you want to talk about you got to
They're the
beat
ACC champions.
You got to beat the teams that you face.
Yeah.
Duke beat the teams in the ACC that they were required to face. They won that conference,
Sure
and somehow
did.
Tulane is in the goddamn playoff.
Because they won their conference,
and
right?
but Tulane is going to get fucking annihilated.
No shit.
Yeah. They're gonna
right?
get
So I
obliterated.
mean, I'm just saying, take it all with a grain of salt. It's an imperfect system. Maybe 16 solves more of these problems than 12 did. Next year, we'll see.
Well, let me ask you this: with Miami, Texas A&M, who are you guys taking in this?
A&M is
I'm
going to
taking
fucking
A&M as well.
destroy them.
Um,
A&M's dudes are bigger.
They are.
They're faster.
Huge.
They've got better individual units as well. That's the problem. Miami doesn't have an elite individual unit anywhere on their team.
I mean-
Special teams, offense, defense.
It's just Beck and Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem with A&M, because I went and watched them against Texas. Texas got a pretty good defense, which
They do.
obviously Ohio
Yeah.
State does.
Oh yeah.
And they crumbled there because they didn't really play the top half of the big SEC at all. So like
No, they got a really ended up getting. I think
very favorable
I mean,
draw.
look, they beat Notre Dame, so at Notre Dame, so that's great. And then
Was that the first or second game of the year?
second?
Second. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wasn't
beat
it like
about
42, 41?
41-40.
Yeah.
Yeah, Notre
Good
Dame
game.
missed an extra point.
Yep.
An missed extra point might have cost Notre Dame their entire fucking season.
It
Hey,
did.
Kickers fucking matter. The guy for the Cowboys,
Yeah.
just lacing fucking 60 yarders.
Now
the
more
other
than
day.
ever.
Now more than ever. I agree.
And
Ohio
but,
State's
like,
perfect example.
A&M. So let's go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma played Michigan early in the season, which is risky, but not this year. Let's be fair about that, right?
they were good. It's a good team.
They were okay.
Who?
Michigan.
They were okay. Not early in the season though, right? They
Yeah,
were
I
good.
mean, they're just like good. They're good.
Yeah, they got okay. They played Auburn, who was ranked at the time, but that was a mistake to rank them. They beat Texas. Texas was not good. So the draw looked like on paper it might be bad. They lost to Ole Miss, which is the second best team they played. The best team they played was Alabama, and they won that game miraculously, right? But as far as SEC schedules this year, on paper preseason versus what it actually turned out to be, Oklahoma had a pretty decent schedule. They didn't have a rough one like some other teams had, like Alabama, for example. A&M played Notre Dame and beat them by 1. Again, that could have gone either way. But the other two fucking good teams they played were LSU and Missouri, and then they got beat by fucking Texas. They had a fucking cakewalk into this playoff
Yeah.
as well. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, you got to play the teams in front of you, but that isn't the whole story. The whole story is that the strength of schedule thing fucking matters more now than ever, maybe, because you just got to punch your ticket. Right?
Sark said even in a press conference this week, "Hey, dude, we're going to schedule fucking lesser opponents."
You should.
So
The difference is the SEC has a new rule starting next year where it's a fucking prescribed 9-game conference schedule every year. Right? And it's three of your opponent or three of your rivals every year.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then
That they
six
picked.
randos.
And then 6 randos, yeah. So
And
that's
that's
gonna,
why they're also fighting for the 16. The reason why the 16-team deal isn't done yet is Sankey, the head of the SEC, wants 5 at a minimum.
Yeah.
out of 16, it's going to happen either way.
I think so too, but
There's no way.
He goes, I don't want to risk it. Because if you look at it, did they get 5?
They got 4 or 5.
Well,
Let me see.
Oklahoma's new.
1, 2,
Oklahoma's
3,
new.
4, 5.
5. Yeah.
Yep.
They did get 5.
Yeah. They got.
And they
5.
will every year. A 16, they're definitely getting 5.
Oh yeah.
I
mean, if there was 16 now, they might have 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have Texas and Vanderbilt for sure.
Yes. They would have had that.
Yeah. And then the Big Ten would have had 5.
By the way, you can take Texas and get rid of James Madison and fucking Tulane. I'd watch Texas.
Yeah, but you could
over
have
those
kept
two
them.
schools.
You could have kept them and had Texas into BYU into Utah. Probably cruises
Didn't
in.
need to see any of
I'm
those
just
teams.
saying.
You just
I'm just saying. Those first round games next year are going to be way more fun than they are this year because you're not going to have Oklahoma and you're not going to have a quality of game Alabama Oklahoma in the first round next year.
Yeah, so these are the only 2 games I really care about. Miami, Texas A&M, and Alabama, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I know the outcomes of the other 2.
Yeah.
Those are the best. Those are the only ones that are meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
But like next year, you're going to have Tulane isn't going to be playing Ole Miss. They're going to be playing JMU or
Right.
something like that, right?
But
in
so,
the first round.
since we all picked the same 4, let's go to the next round.
Yeah.
Oregon versus Texas Tech. Dan, who do you got?
I mean, I think Tech wins that game. They're bigger and faster.
I think Tech's a much better team than Oregon.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Not just better, but bigger and faster. And at that point in the season, this is the problem for Indiana. The size, Craig Counsell makes it so far into the season before he starts to become
Breaking down. Yep.
breaking down. You know, what I mean, just a smaller guy. Not that he's small traditionally speaking, but like power wise, he was small. I think that's a problem. I think Tech beats them handily. I think they beat them by 10.
So I will take Oregon in this one. Tech's, I watched Tech. A lot of those points were over turnovers. I've never seen a team, BYU, just
Tech's
give
got
up
like
the ball
the top 5 defense, right?
9 fucking
they have
times
great
in a row.
defense.
I think this is a very close game, and I think this is going to be one of the best games of the playoff, Oregon versus Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah.
Give me Oregon, and it's only because of Dan Lanning. I actually believe in Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the greatest coaches there is. I think it's a very close game, and I think it's a coin toss. And I'm simply just going to go with a coach on this one.
Okay.
The same way I usually go with Kirby Smart because I think he's the best coach
Right.
in college football. And that's the only reason why. Because I think it's a very, very close game.
I mean, it's a narrative. If Oregon fucking blows by Tech, it further marginalizes the Big 12 and pumps up the SEC and Big 10 even more.
Yep.
Right? That's
Yeah.
the narrative
Oh, yes.
there. And if it happens, then the Big 12 is in a bit of trouble.
And because they've already been talking to the Big Ten, where they're like, hey, do you want 5? We want 5.
Yeah.
So how about we band together and force these motherfuckers into 5 apiece when they go to 16, and then whoever these shitbirds are for the rest, like, you're good. Because these games, if it happens exactly the way we think it is,
Yeah.
are awesome, these 4 games. Because then you got Indiana against Alabama. If Jam Miller's healthy and a couple of these guys come back to play against Indiana, they've never been on a stage this big before.
That'll be a great game.
Well, I mean, what were
That'll
the
be a
ratings for Indiana, Ohio State?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, that's the Big Ten championship, and
Yeah.
that's a different story than the playoffs playing for the national
Yeah, because it wasn't
championship.
an elimination game for either team.
I don't, and to my knowledge, I don't think Indiana's ever played for a national championship.
No.
So, Bama's pedigree. I got Bama. Who do you got? Bama, Indiana.
Honestly, I think Indiana wins that game
Okay.
because I've been watching their fucking defense, and it's fucking good. They play. It's right. It is correct to say that they don't have a traditional
They swarm.
superstar.
They swarm.
But they
They swarm.
gang tackle the way that the early 2000s Ravens did, and it is effective if you can keep up the energy.
Yeah.
They're going to have 3 weeks off. So this game in particular, they win. That's what I think because they're going to be on fucking cocaine coming into this, like mental cocaine coming into this. Signetti's going to have them tuned up. Now the counter to that is can the team, whomever they play, Alabama or Oklahoma, take advantage of that over-aggression? Because it will be over-aggression. In baseball, it's the same as like a young fireball pitcher coming out and everything's high because he's trying to overthrow and shit like that. And every curveball's in the dirt. In football, it's overthrown passes that sail over the middle for Mendoza that get picked off and run the fuck back. And especially in college football, right? So I think Indiana can handle it. I think Cignetti's a good enough coach and a powerful enough personality to keep these guys locked down, especially after 3 weeks. However, they're all 19 and 20, and if you make me at 19 and 20, because when I was in my early 20s, I was getting ready to go fucking chop people's heads off in the war. And if you made me sit around for 3 weeks waiting to do it, I'm just getting angrier and angrier and angrier the whole time. Ask me how I know. Right? Because we sat at Camp Taji getting trained on fucking Harris radios for 3 weeks before they let us loose in the city, and then we went fucking ape shit everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's a danger. Cignetti is in control. He will decide if they win this game or not. And I believe in Cignetti.
The only thing I worry about with these first round games, we'll go, and this will be the first year we'll get to see it, because I think last year was not this, right?
Yeah.
Does this layoff hurt the way it does in baseball playoffs, where all those teams are out because they had an extra week to prepare, because they had a fucking warm-up, a tune-up game, everything else, and then this other team is coming in fucking hot?
Well, I think the only team that hurt last year was Oregon, because the other games, Boise State got a bye, and they had to play Penn State. So that I don't put that on the bye.
But they got house. Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't put that on the bye. Penn State, which is much fucking better.
None of the top 4 seeds won.
Yeah. And then the other one, though, was Arizona State, who should have won. I don't think the layoff hurt them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they just lost, and they were missing their best wide receiver.
They should have won that game. You're right. That fucking targeting should have won the game and a field goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one, by the way, Georgia Notre Dame, Carson Beck gets hurt at halftime.
That's true. So we'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll
I don't think you can read much into last year's
Okay.
other than Oregon. Oregon clearly was not right in that game. Like, it's not weird for Ohio State to win that game, but it's weird that they won by 30 or whatever the fuck.
It was 35-0 at the end of the first quarter.
That's crazy.
I mean, that was nuts.
I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think Indiana beats Alabama. I think even with Jam Miller, Alabama has serious issues on the run game. So if you give Indiana's defense an advantage and ability to focus on one thing over the other, I think Indiana's good. I think Cignetti is probably the tied for. I mean, you can give Ryan Day the bump just because he does have a natty, but like, other than Kirby, I think Cignetti is as good as any coach in this playoff right now.
If Bama ends up sneaking through and wins this game in Oklahoma, it's gonna be fucking cold, by the way.
Yeah,
buckle up, Alabama.
Yeah,
because that's the hardest part to me. Watching those SEC teams come up to the North last time, they all got fucking destroyed.
And then also, by the way, Alabama.
I thought the SEC was weak last year too, though. I don't think they're weak this year.
I can't tell. This will tell us.
Georgia is not weak.
This will tell us.
And honestly, Georgia last year probably should have beaten Notre Dame.
If they would have had Beck.
If Beck didn't get hurt on the last play of halftime, I think they win that game.
Or if they had Stockton the way that he's playing this year, even they win that game.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
he had never played it down.
Yeah.
He got forced into the game. I
and
mean,
he didn't look.
I'm not going to pin that on him.
No. I'm just saying if he had some experience, even it wasn't just about Beck. Even if the guy they're playing this year had some experience, they would have won that game. In my opinion.
Give me Bama. The dudes are too big. Give me Bama on this one. Tulane, Ole Miss. We all have Ole Miss playing Georgia. Georgia, Ole Miss. Who you got?
Georgia.
I don't think that Ole Miss can beat Georgia.
I don't either.
I think Georgia's in their final form right now. I think Georgia is literally as good.
If they play as good as they did Saturday, they can win the whole fucking thing
easily, without question.
And at 550, that's the team right now on the outside looking in that I put money on.
Yeah,
like right now, that's a big boy number at 5.5, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Because next up will be Texas A&M against Ohio State. Who you got? It's a home game for Texas A&M.
That one's tough. I don't know what to think of Ohio State right now, honestly, because they've played two very good teams this year, and they looked fairly evenly matched against those teams. At least the final score was. Texas was not like close, but it was 14-7, and it was the first game of the year.
Same thing. They didn't let him do anything.
Yeah, and then
I think he had maybe 18 passes in that game.
Yeah, but I think.
Do you take the training wheels off of saying if you don't, you have a shot to lose?
Yeah, I think Ohio State wins because I just think A&M Marcel Reed's going to make mistakes against that defense. I don't think it's a blowout. I think it could be interesting for 3 quarters.
I do too.
Because A&M has dudes. They're not going to have a problem size-wise.
They got big dudes on defense.
It's
man.
not going to be a size problem.
No.
Like,
they got the dudes.
Yeah.
They got the dudes.
It comes down to
Marcel Reed.
It comes down to Marcel Reed playing mostly mistake-free football, and I guess the play calling improving for Julian Sand.
Yes. Which you hope the same thing happens in the playoffs last year that it does this year.
Yeah.
If not, you play conservative against any of these fucking teams in the playoffs, you're done for Ohio State, in my opinion. I'm with you. I think it's a close game, closer than it should be.
Yeah.
I think the rust, too, unless Chip Kelly gets in there or somebody else, you got to figure something out about the OC. Get him out of there, in my opinion, because he's checked out. He's going to be recruiting kids for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They do not play until December 31st. That is a long fucking layoff, dude. And I think it really helps A&M to get a tune-up game against Miami, who they'll beat.
Especially if
The fans are going to be hyped up, and then those fans
They're
are going to
all
go
gonna
down
swarm.
they're going to go right down to the Cotton Bowl.
Yep.
So that's going to be a tough environment. I think that is a 1-score game.
Especially one thing that makes me not nervous about, but one thing I like about Indiana against Alabama or Oklahoma, I think they don't have a problem with Oklahoma, is
Where is it? Where is that game?
that game's at the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
I think Indiana will travel for that because when has an Indiana fan ever got to go to the Rose Bowl, right? That's a Big Ten thing.
Yeah.
So I think they're actually going to show out for that. But so will either Bama or Oklahoma. The thing is, though, if Bama and Oklahoma is like a knockdown, drag-out fight, which it might well be, and then you're a little tired maybe, you get a 10-day layup, but you're a little tired, and then Indiana comes out rested with their fucking hair on fire, like that's tough.
And it's Cignetti. So they're going to come out. The question, I agree 100% with that. The only caveat is, do they come out with their hair on fire with napalm where they can't get under control?
Yeah.
And they're doing stupid shit. They're overplaying on defense, and they're overthrowing the pass. Then they're fucked, right? Because a turnover, either way, one turnover or one missed coverage might decide that game.
The one thing that Indiana has going for them against Alabama, if it is Alabama, is their play calling is just as conservative as Ohio State's is.
Yeah.
Where with Ty Simpson, it's
It
the
sure as
same
shit
thing.
has been. We'll see with Jan Miller back. I mean, they maybe, and this happens. It happened to Ohio State last year.
Yeah.
You learn a lesson,
And then you
and
switch.
then you fucking switch it up. It could happen to Alabama after that too, because
they're going to look at that tape and be like,
Alabama,
what the fuck?
Alabama knew they were going to win that game against Georgia because they handled Georgia before. It
Right.
didn't look like that in the box score necessarily at the end of the game, but they did. They put it on Georgia, and they got it put on them way worse this time.
Yeah.
Because they were overconfident and they couldn't run the ball and blah blah blah. We'll see. I mean, these are good coaches. Ryan Day is a Natty winner.
Yep.
DeBoer is a good coach. Cignetti is a great coach as well, and so is
Kirby
fucking
Smart?
Kirby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you've got. If you look up and down the list of the best coaches in college football, forget about the top quarterbacks or the top running backs, and it underscores something we say every year on this show. The coaches matter in college football more than any other sport.
Yep.
College football specifically, the coaching, a head coach especially matters.
Because the kids actually listen.
Yep.
Like, they do. All right, so let's go to the next round here. So you've got Texas Tech. You guys have Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Right? And then you both have Indiana, correct?
Yeah.
D'Anthony, you too? Mm-hmm. So who wins between Texas Tech and Indiana?
Indiana.
Okay.
Again, it's a great
So they're in the
matchup.
national championship.
Yeah.
You guys have them in the national championship.
I don't see in this unless Alabama is able to beat them, which I think they can.
Yeah,
I
Totally.
definitely think
Wouldn't
they
be
can.
shocked. Yeah.
And if Alabama wins that game, then Alabama beats Tech.
Okay.
Right.
And then Indiana goes to the national
And
championship.
that's no shade on Tech. They're just they're on the come up right now. Maybe they surprise some people, but Indiana Tech is a really bad matchup for Tech and a good one for Indiana. Indiana can score the ball pretty well. Tech's got a really good defense, but Indiana has multi-dimensional offense. They can do a little bit more. Indiana's defense against Tech's offense is a fucking problem for Tech. I mean, a big one.
So I've got Oregon, Alabama in that next game. And
I don't think Oregon can beat Alabama. If Alabama wins,
I don't think so either.
If Alabama beats,
I don't think
Oklahoma
Oregon.
and Indiana,
I don't think Oregon beat Alabama.
If Alabama beats Oklahoma and Indiana and they're tuned in like that, Oregon has no shot against them.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I mean, we'll see.
If
a lot of stuff can happen in the playoffs.
If Alabama gets back to that midseason form they're in when they won those 4 games in a row,
Yep.
all against then ranked teams, if that Alabama shows up,
But also they were healthy. So that was the
Yeah.
difference. That was the difference. And now most of those dudes are outs.
A lot of them.
A couple of them look like they appear to be coming back.
By the way, that if Alabama is in that game against Oregon, it's in Atlanta.
Oh, God. Have fun. That's 2 hours from Bama.
Yeah.
That's a quick drive.
That's a rough game for Oregon.
That is a rough game for Oregon.
To travel, like forget about the
fuck
fans and
yeah.
all that shit.
And
That's
on New
just
Year's
a rough
Eve,
game, yeah.
have fun, dude. So give me Bama, ironically. That puts Bama in the national championship for me? Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's what I would have picked before the season, but they're just so beat up right now, it's hard to say.
The three I had all the way through the season were Bama, Georgia, and Ohio State. So I'll stick with that. That would be next up for me, Georgia and Ohio State. If Ohio State doesn't change this offense the way they did last year in the playoffs, they lose this game.
Maybe, or it's a 13-10 game one way or the other.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, right? Because they should have kicked that. They should have made that fucking field goal from 27 yards.
We're just going for it. Yeah.
I mean, that game could still be going on right now.
No
had he
shit.
made that. You know what I mean? So I don't know that it's a foregone conclusion that Georgia wins if Ohio State's offense isn't performing really well, because Georgia's offense can get shut down just as easily by Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
So I think it goes 13, 17, 10. And it's a coin flip at that point.
Yeah.
Who wins?
This game is almost impossible to pick without watching Ohio State play Texas A&M.
Yes, I agree. Because if they have that offense again that they had in the playoffs last year, they dominate. And to me, they roll all the way through this thing.
Yeah.
If they do not, every fucking game could be really close in a one-score game, and then you have no kicker for Ohio State, so you're out.
Yeah.
You're out. Like, that kid was our kicker last year.
How is he as a
just
kicker?
terrible. Oh, it was terrible last year.
Yeah.
He missed that same kick against Michigan.
Yeah.
That was the same thing.
Yeah.
2.5 minutes to go to overtime, and you missed it.
You're one of the best recruiting schools in the history of college football. Maybe spend a couple bucks on a kicker
It's
next year.
unbelievable, dude.
You know?
I've never seen like
Also could set a precedent for coordinators who get hired on as head coaches to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't manage that team, that offense to success, you're distracted, you got to get the fuck out, bro.
Get out, dude.
And no offense to Heartline, I'm glad he's getting promoted. I think he's going to be a great head coach at some point.
I do too, but you can't
it
take
doesn't help me now.
fucking meetings during the week for all
it
this
doesn't help me
shit.
now. There's plenty of time after we win these games for you. Look, if you had done your job and won this game, which they're getting a bye either way, but if you had done this job and won your game the way you're supposed to, then no pressure going into that first round game against Miami or A&M, let's be real about that.
Yeah.
They would be feeling no pressure right now.
and then-
And he could do some of those meetings and whatever the fuck else.
Totally. And like the other
He
part
did
of
on
this,
game week. What the fuck?
the other part of this was Hartline leaves. Top recruit in the nation is Chris Henry Jr. says, I'm not going to sign.
Yeah.
Because Hartline's gone. Ryan Day's got to spend time on the fucking phone. There was a thing from a booster friend of mine. It was like he was on the phone till midnight trying to convince this fucking kid, hey, dude, you got to stay here.
I mean, Saban
They got him.
fired Lane Kiffin after he took the FAU job.
I would have too.
And
get out.
They won the Natty that year.
Yes, get out.
He was like, if you're going to go, just go.
Like, just
What
go.
was that, 17?
16, I think. 16,
16? Which year was it?
Yeah. And there's, again,
Wait, who won in 17? I thought Clemson
it was Clemson.
16.
They swapped it. They swapped years.
Oh, was it the 16 season, but the 17?
Something like that. I just know
Something like
Bama
that.
won that.
Yeah. It was one of those 2 years. Yeah.
But that
Anyways.
should be the rule, and it's if you have Chip Kelly sitting there, just pay him and get him out of there.
I mean, they should
figure it out.
do that and then just carry him into next year.
That's it.
Why
That's
would
it.
you not do that?
Because he's not getting a job in the NFL next year.
No, that's got to be the plan, right? To
home.
bring Chip Kelly back.
I would think so.
Otherwise, you make a bid on Heartline because to the point about Saban kept coordinators around a little bit for a while.
Yep.
Right?
Well, he tried to.
He tried to, but when they left, he got rid of them. But he tried to keep his coordinators around and paid them. So did Dabo. That run that they had in Clemson, one of the reasons that they had that run, aside from just having great quarterbacks,
paid them the
was
highest
he paid them.
salary.
Venables was a great defensive coordinator and should not, to this day, be a fucking head coach anywhere.
He got $2 million back then when it wasn't sexy.
Yeah.
He got $2 million to be the DC of Clemson, and
For another
everybody
3
was
years,
like,
yeah.
Whoa,
Yep.
dude, that's the most money ever spent, and like,
And they
now
won a
every
chip
team
out
is
of
doing it.
those 3 years. They won one more chip.
Yep.
Which, if you win 1 out of 3, that's fucking hyper success.
They won 2.
And then had the.
Well, I'm just
you know,
saying that was after the first win.
Oh, yeah.
that he got that second deal.
They made another one, but no
Well
defensive
worth the money.
coordinator ever born is stopping Joe Burrow's LSU Tigers.
No.
So
But
it's
worth the money, dude. Like, that's
Yeah.
3 national championships
Yeah.
to go to, and then you win 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So if Ohio State figures out their offense like last year, yes, then I think they beat Georgia and win. And then I would have now Ohio State and Alabama. And the championship,
Yeah.
who do you guys have Ohio State, Georgia-wise?
It's like I don't even know. Like I can't even make an informed decision on it.
If Ohio State makes it there, then they win.
To the championship?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's Indiana's worst nightmare. If I'm Indiana, I am begging for Georgia to get in that national championship game. You don't want to have to play Ohio State twice.
And by the way, I don't want to play Alabama. Like I'd be begging for Indiana again. Like, Like give me that game all day long. Because you can just run the tape and be like, all right, here's what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And it's super easy.
And the Georgia-Indiana championship game is going to be boring as shit. It's going to be that fucking Patriots-Rams Super Bowl. Like it's 13-3.
Yeah.
Georgia, the
They're
people
not
have been
fun
able to
to
score
watch.
on Georgia sometimes. Georgia, a lot of those big score Georgia games, essentially what happened is they let up a lot of points early. They got ambushed, which is something Indiana's very capable of doing, and then they adjusted and shut them down. It happened to Alabama didn't score in the second half against Georgia after putting up like 28. Ole Miss went up really big. Or actually, I think Ole Miss and Georgia were just trading blows until Georgia finally shut them down. And Tennessee went up really big, and then Georgia in the first quarter, and Georgia
Ole Miss was up by 14.
Yeah, Georgia just clamped down every time. So a Georgia-Indiana game, I actually think ends up being fairly high scoring if Indiana is able to ambush. Ohio State-Indiana game, I think Ohio State probably wins by 2 scores, like 14, maybe like 24-10 or something like that.
I mean, if they adjust and they're playing well on offense, that let's be real. Even Indiana had to play a great game to keep it even. That's what it should have been because Homeboy missed that field goal. It should have been a tie, not at the end of the game, but the resolution late. Until that point should have been a tie. And they played. Ohio State did everything wrong. And
everything.
Indiana did as much as they
Everything.
could. So I think there's clearly one team's better, but that doesn't matter.
No, they won.
We'll
and
see.
so that's what the game. That's why you play it right there.
That's why Miami's in over Notre Dame.
Correct.
Because they fucking played
and
each
you
other.
have to play the game. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Plus, once you get inside the lines, like a lot of that stuff goes out the window anyway, and it becomes what plans don't survive first contact with the enemy type of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah.
But if I'm then bringing back and then we'll get through it. Since we ran super fucking long today, we'll get into the NFL on the NFL show. Quick updates here because we will pick tonight's game real quick. But quick updates across the board here. Sanders Shedeur just got named the starter for the rest of the season for the Browns. If you want to talk about 2 games that were potentially rigged by the Mafia this weekend, we'll start with the Browns game.
Yeah.
Down by 2. Shedeur's having a fine game.
Yeah, they're for 300 yards.
Yep. Took him out and brought in a Wildcat, which they've never run before, and said, we're going to go for 2. And then guess what? We're going to have him pass it. That was the most rigged conclusion ever. And then Vegas Raiders. The Raiders-Broncos game was a mob tie Vegas special favor. Hey, dude, you guys are down. The spread is 8.5. Down by 10. End of the game, send in the field goal unit with 1 second left.
You think the Raiders did that?
The Raiders did that.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes. I think they did
Fixed
that.
by the mob.
Weird,
The
right?
Las Vegas Raiders.
I know, strange, right? Strange. I've never seen Portnoy, by the way, scream his fucking face off until he was calling for an investigation, and rightfully so.
What really irritated me was that I actually I took the extra effort of buying the half point, and I still fucking pushed because of that stupid shit.
You lost, yeah.
Fucking cocksuckers.
It's that was the craziest shit I've ever seen, and the kicker was laughing right after he made it. I'm like, you're gonna tell me something didn't happen here? There had to have been a conversation.
Whether there was corruption or not, if I'm the head coach, I would definitely do that because it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like
who is their coach? Oh, it's
Pete Carroll.
Oh, he's not a gambling.
No,
dude.
he's not. But
Not at all.
I would do it because I think it's funny.
Carroll's also the type of guy, I'll say this to my buddy, like he's the type of guy where like he would do that dumb shit just to like rah-rah his guys. Like, hey, let's end the game on a score. Let's end the game on a high note, guys.
Yeah.
And
Now
then
that I could see,
And do
but-
some yoga and talk about 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah.
just do it.
You're gonna have a hard time convincing me that wasn't rigged. Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, out for the year, torn Achilles. He's done. Problem is the backup, Leonard Riley is Riley Leonard is also got a knee injury. He's out. Richardson is still out. I don't Do you
dream season ends.
Flacco, does he go back there?
I don't think you can trade it anymore. Trade it on the
I can or put him on the waivers.
Yeah.
Not real sure here. And tonight's game. Sorry about your Bears. Sorry about your Bears. Not
It's
really.
all right.
Sorry about your Bears, but
I mean, the Packers own the Bears. That's nothing new.
there's nothing new. And that pass by Caleb Williams, that interception that was to no one, was the fucking wildest thing I've ever seen.
He's just like a mind-boggling quarterback because he's not smart, but man, he will whip some throw. He will either throw something that's like insane, and you're like, oh my god, or
Yeah.
something that's insane.
It's called high risk, high reward, Bob.
Yeah.
Take some chance in your life, you fucking coward.
There's a Bears fan in Drinkin Bros Sports he had a great tweet. He goes, most frustrating, because he's a diehard Bears fan, and he goes, the most frustrating thing about Caleb Williams is I can't tell, genuinely, if he's great, if he sucks, or if he's mid on a play-by-play basis.
Yeah, it's not even game by game.
No, it is
because
play-by-play.
we saw it earlier in the season when they came out hot. He played the first half of games. Well, not even the first half. Sometimes just the first quarter he played really well, and the rest of the game he would suck, and they would pull it out.
Yep.
And they were like, oh, is he looking for real? Like, he's for real for fucking 2 or 3 series? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. It's like that to me is like indicative of this age of, and I'm not saying he has low testosterone necessarily, although he does wear fucking shit on his hands.
Yeah.
But
Nail
like
polish.
the brain fog and lack of concentration that comes with some of those like second, third order effects of disrupted hormones and stuff like that. That's what it looks like. A guy that just can't keep it together for a whole time and lacks focus and stuff. Part of it is probably immaturity as well. And part of it is your brain is still developing as a man until you're 30 years old.
Yeah.
Technically. And if you're getting hit in the head all the time, maybe
Right.
never. You know what I mean? So maybe it's that, but I think the physical tools are kind of there. Let's be real about that.
They are.
But we
They
never.
are.
That was never in question. What
Yeah.
what we talked about when he got drafted and this offseason and today we will bring it up again is he doesn't have it mentally. Clearly, because
No.
having it mentally means consistency.
If he had the mind of Tim Tebow, he could be great.
Or anybody that's like hyper disciplined and focused.
Just really
and I'm not
focused.
saying he's not disciplined in practice and stuff, because this is not Kyler Murray. This dude works his ass off. As much as I dislike him, he works his ass off.
Yeah, there's no off-field like.
There's no
No,
off-field
none of that
issues.
bullshit.
It's just
No.
he's a weird guy,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean,
He needs a man to whip his ass. Did he get raised by his mom
he
or something?
did. He did.
He needs a man like
I did not see a dad through
Yeah.
any of his games at USC.
He needs a man to whip his ass and be like, "Hey, son, you're a fucking man."
Remember
now.
when he went up and cried to his
Yeah,
mom?
yeah.
You and I were watching it together.
It's like, "Hey, son, you're a man now. You've got This team's counting on you. Grow the fuck up. Get disciplined."
Yep.
Like how you do anything is how you do everything.
yeah.
Every single play fucking matters. Don't throw one play away. That's what separates good players in all sports from great players. You think Michael Jordan took plays off? You think Albert Pujols took at bats off? No.
No.
Not one fucking prayer, man.
No. So right now, tonight's game, we'll get to real quick. Eagles at Chargers. Is Eagles minus 2.5. A lot is riding on this because of Cowboys. Cowboys lost a game they shouldn't have lost.
A lot is riding on it for the Chiefs too.
Everybody's watching this game tonight.
Yeah.
Because you got both teams are 8-4. And this will bring the Cowboys back to within a half a game in that division.
Yeah.
The only way they can get in now, pretty much, is if they win the division because they're 6-7-1.
Yeah.
So they got to win out and figure it the fuck out, and then the Eagles have to lose some games here. Problem is, Eagles have looked like dog shit here for the last few weeks, and
Yeah.
nobody knows what to do with this team. This is still Philadelphia minus 2.5. Who you got in this one tonight?
Justin Herbert might not be playing. Let me double check because he was injured. He is preparing to play against the Eagles, but yeah, he's hurt.
I mean, I think this is bigger.
He's treating the injury as if he's playing.
This is a bigger game for the Chargers, and here's why. Not to say that matters in the result necessarily, but it's a bigger game for the Chargers because they can knock the Chiefs out of the playoffs tonight, right? They go up 3 games on the Chiefs if they win this game.
Really?
Yeah, the Chiefs are 6-7. The Chargers would be 9-4.
I took the
after
Texans.
this
By the
game.
way, I took the Texans last night.
And that
Everybody
puts
was stunned.
that locks the Chiefs down in 3rd place in that division, and that won't be the division that puts in more than one wild card team. Now, Philly can lose that division and still fucking make the playoffs. They certainly can, because the NFC West is going to have to play each other down the stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
So Philly can still make it. Also, if you look at the back the back part of Philly's schedule coming up, they go
Raiders,
at Chargers, but then they play the Raiders, the Redskins, who fucking suck. They play the Redskins twice.
Bills is a tough game.
The Bills is a tough game, but they got 3 wins right there.
And it's at Buffalo, and then they got Redskins again.
Listen to the rest of the Chargers schedule, because this game is probably a must-win in some ways. They go at Chiefs, at Cowboys, versus Texans, at Broncos.
Yep. They win this week. They win at Chiefs next week. The Chiefs are done. The Chargers are in the playoffs.
Breaking news in this game.
Yeah.
Omarion Hampton is back, starting running back tonight. They just announced it right now. 18 minutes ago.
You can't give Harbaugh weapons on the ground.
Kind of like the Chargers here, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's a bigger
I might take the Chargers money line on this
situation for them.
I just think the wheels have fallen off the Eagles wagon, and you got a disciplined coach like Harbaugh, who's going to run the fucking ball and do the shit all night, and a good defense and everything else. Give me the Chargers.
And also, even their last game against the Broncos, you don't know that the Broncos won't be trying in that game if they're tied with the Patriots, for the 1 seed, for the bye. They don't have a single game off for the rest of the year. I mean, it's brutal games for the rest of the year.
And so, by the way, with this, because I always do the Monday night teaser because I watch it and work. Give me the Chargers plus 9.5, and then drop this over/under down to 34.
I think you should sprinkle the money line
on Chargers.
Yeah,
I want to watch the whole thing. Well,
yeah. Do both. What are you fucking being selective about your bets now? You're a degenerate piece of shit. What are you talking about?
I lost a lot on Saturday. I got to re-up today.
Yeah, fucking re-up.
I do. But we got fake news next, so join us for that, obviously. And we'll be live here in about 10 minutes on Drinkin' Bros Podcast Patreon. Bob, I know you said my bookie was looking for something. What if we do the Arena League football game I'm playing on? How many extra points, field goals, all that stuff?
We can do props, Ross Patterson.
That
props.
would be fucking
Does Ross
awesome.
go to the hospital?
Yep. Do I go to the hospital?
Not for a non-contact injury.
Yeah. Does Ross finish the game?
Do I finish the game? And what do I go for on that?
I'm betting on a non-contact injury.
Don't do it. Don't tell my wife. Because she's like, oh, you're just kicking big. And I was like, you got to make tackles on those kickoffs, by the way.
Yeah.
They go into it. So if you don't hit it
goes
directly,
to a net,
there's pipes that are, by the way, half the size of pretty much an NFL game. So field goals are small.
Yeah.
And then there's nets.
They can catch off the net, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then run it all the way back. So you're immediately on defense right away.
I just want to remind you that Missouri's 20-year-old kicker this year tore his ACL trying to tackle someone against Central Arkansas in Week 1.
Fuck off, dude.
Hey,
Don't tell Jesse this.
What's
Don't
that?
tell my wife this.
What's that Tampa
wife
Bay
this.
kicker that fucking was celebrating?
Grammatica.
Yeah. Martin Grammatica, yeah.
There will be no celebrations. I can promise you.
I've known you for 10 years. You piece of shit. What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
Now, what I will say is I have been training, feel great. This is the first time that I wasn't sore. So I woke up this morning and was not sore. And then I hit from 40. I was pretty good. 3 out of 5 yesterday.
You should get some BPC 157 and start loading your body up with it.
What is that?
It helps with cellular regeneration, with injuries specifically.
Okay.
It's very good for you.
So, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be in Dallas, playing for the Dallas Bulls. And I want to say, I know it's in March. I just don't know the date. We're going to have a conversation about it. But maybe that's the bet we put up.
Okay. Where do they play?
It's a great question.
Presumably not Jerry World.
This is the first year of the franchise.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a new one.
It's definitely not Jerry World.
Dallas, no, it's definitely not Jerry World. It'd be hilarious if it was.
Fucking
Dallas
120,000
Bulls,
fans there.
Arena. Let's just go Arena. Where's it at? Because it is new. Fair Park Coliseum. Fair Park Coliseum, I believe.
That's in Dallas.
It is in Dallas.
So it is, I think it's right outside of downtown, actually. Is this where you saw Creed?
No, we saw him at the amphitheater.
Okay.
They sold out that fucking huge-ass amphitheater, dude.
It's right next to the children's aquarium. So.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
dude. I can take my kids then at least. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's right downtown.
All right, perfect. Oh, shit, it's downtown?
It's right near downtown Dallas. Yeah.
God,
Looks like
man.
it's like maybe 10 minutes away from downtown.
All right. Well, let's see. Yeah, what are these games here? Players report on the 19th.
Oh, it's next to the Cotton Bowl.
Is it really? Like
Yeah,
the old Cotton Bowl?
Yeah, it's where they do the state park,
Great.
where they do the state fair. I mean, yeah. So it's
Great.
right. It's literally next door to the Cotton Bowl.
Dude, the Dallas Bulls uniforms are fucking sick too. I'll be amped to keep the uniform.
Yeah.
And then, if all goes well, okay, this is gonna be just a small hint for the audience. If all goes well, they're like, hey, the owner's like, yo, this goes well. We do sell some tickets, and you do all right. He goes, would you want to play some more? I was like, I fucking love to. And I go, with my schedule though, really really can't, but I can do another game. And I go, if we could tie it up somewhere. And he goes, look at the schedule and look. One of the new states that Hardy F. Seltzer is going to, there is a game there. So it would be beneficial to us, them, everyone else involved, and I would travel and go and play that game as well. If everything goes well.
Right.
If I end up in the fucking hospital, that's a whole different story.
Non-contact
but I feel good. I feel strong. Today is the first day where I was not sore, and it's been going pretty fucking well. Surprisingly. I feel like Dennis Quaid, the fucking rookie, dude. So let's go. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. Don't forget to use that promo code Drinkin Bros to double that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Go to Spotify, rate this show a 5-star. All the video shows are up on there. Ryan put this on the main feed of YouTube today. Way to go, Ryan. Jesus
I can
Christ,
change it
man. And then go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. It is literally all the advertisers care about. It means a lot. We're super grateful. And join us on Drinkin Bros Podcast Patreon here live in 5 minutes for Drinkin Bros Fake News. For Anthony Hollaway, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Monday Morning Recap. Good morning, everyone.